The discipline of desire is the background of character. All mankind. Being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. What worries you, masters you? The improvement of understanding is for two ends. First, our own increase of knowledge. Secondly, to enable us to deliver that knowledge to others. No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. Education begins the gentleman, but reading, good company, and reflection must finish him. Our incomes are like our shoes. If too small, they gall and pinch us, but if too large, they cause us to stumble and to trip. New opinions are always suspected, and usually opposed, without any other reason but because they are not already common. An excellent man, like precious metal, is in every way invariable. A villain, like the beams of a balance, is always varying, upwards and downwards. I have always thought the actions of men the best interpreters of their thoughts. To love our neighbor as ourselves, such a truth for regulating human society, that by that alone one might determine all the cases in social morality. As people are walking all the time, in the same spot, a path appears. The only fence against the world is a thorough knowledge of it. A sound mind in a sound body is a short, but full description of a happy state in this world. He that has these two, has little more to wish for, and he that wants either of them, will be little the better for anything else. We are like chameleons. We take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. Reading furnishes the mind. Only with materials of knowledge, it is thinking that makes what we read ours. Where all is but dream, reasoning and arguments are of no use, truth and knowledge nothing. Fortitude is the guard and support of the other virtues. There cannot be greater rudeness than to interrupt another in the current of his discourse. There is frequently more to be learned from the unexpected questions of a child than the discourses of men. We should have a great fewer disputes in the world. If words were taken for what they are, the signs of our ideas only, and not for things themselves. All men are liable to error, and most men are, in many points, by passion or interest, under temptation to it. To prejudge other men's notions before we have looked into them is not to show their darkness, but to put out our own eyes. It is one thing to show a man that he is in an error, and another to put him in possession of the truth. The dread of evil is a much more forcible principle of human actions than the prospect of good. Fashion for the most part is nothing but the ostentation of riches. It is easier for a tutor to command than to teach. Things of this world are in so constant a flux that nothing remains long in the same state. I attribute the little I know to my not having been ashamed to ask for information, and to my rule of conversing with all descriptions of men on those topics that form their own peculiar professions and pursuits. Reverie is when ideas float in our mind, without reflection or regard of the understanding. It is of great use to the sailor to know the length of his line, though he cannot with it fathom all the depths of the ocean. One unerring mark of the love of truth is not entertaining any proposition with greater assurance than the proofs it is built upon will warrant. Our deeds disguise us. People need endless time to try on their deeds, until each knows the proper deeds for him to do. But every day, every hour, rushes by. There is no time. Any one reflecting upon the thought he has of the delight, which any present or absent thing is apt to produce in him, has the idea we call love,